internet friends, and welcome to Cayleigh's Corner! Yay! Whoa, spinning too fast. And today I have 4 special guests with me. Zit number 1, Zit number 2, Zit number 3, and Zit number 4. I'm aware they're there. So today marks the first episode of The Dark Side, where we explore the darker side of life. Now, I've been getting really pumped for American Horror Story because this season is American Horror Story Hotel. And part of the reason I've been getting excited is because Lady Gaga, Queen, and because autumn is my favorite holiday and October is my favorite month and I love horror and my body is ready. And as you can see by the title, today's topic is my experiences at the Crescent Hotel. And not only is it like a haunted place, but it's also like really beautiful, and the staff are incredibly nice and wonderful. And also, they have 2 resident cats who just live in the hotel. Their names are Jasper and Casper, and they're brothers, and they're so cute. I wanted to take them home, but they wouldn't. Anyways, let's get into it. First time I stayed at the Crescent Hotel was back in early 2010. I think it was January. I went down there with my best friend Miranda, who is still my best friend to this day. Now the scariest part of this whole trip was the fact that our door had 3 locks on it. It had like a chain, a deadbolt, and another deadbolt. And I was like, what are they trying to keep out? Or what are they trying to keep in? Am I gonna die here? But the thing I remember most about this trip was we were eating in the restaurant for dinner. It was just us and one other table. The other table had already gotten their food. They were chilling. It was cool. There's like a TV playing in the background. We got our order taken. And about an hour later, we're like, excuse me, sir, where's our food? He's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I totally forgot about your order. So to try and pass the time while we waited for our pizza to cook, I had my camera with me, and we were filming each other, just kind of laughing. I noticed in the reflection of the window in front of us, it had gotten really dark outside, so you could see everything behind us. It was like a mirror. And in the reflection, there's this sunset piece of artwork on the opposite wall, and it made it kind of look like a sunset. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna take a picture of that. So I snapped a picture of that. I didn't think anything of it. We eventually got our pizza and went home. And then a few days later, I was going over the pictures and I was like, oh, these are nice, this is great. And then I was like, that's kind of dark. Can I enhance that? Enhance, enhance, enhance. What are those? Now this did not fit into my brain because I specifically remember that by the time the wait staff realized they forgot our order, the other table had left and we were the only ones in the restaurant. And the wait staff was all talking to each other over at the bar. No one was passing behind us. No one was walking around. I don't know about you, but in the enhanced version, I can see 2 people walking around behind us. To the left, we see a shadow who got tired of waiting for his pizza and decided to pizza out. And from behind us, we see the darker shadow of a truck driver. The entire time we were in the restaurant, I never remember seeing anyone with a hat on. Yeah, so this doesn't fit into my brain. If you're good with photos and reflections and shit, we can figure this out. Please explain this to me. But until that time comes, I'm just gonna leave it alone. Just back away. On to trip number 2, which happened only a few months after the first trip. Miranda and I graduated high school. Woo! We went in July this time. We stayed a couple nights. This time we stayed in one of the supposedly haunted rooms, room 218, which hosts the ghosts of Michael. Bigger than a tower. I ain't talking about Eiffel. Nobody? Nobody? Really? Okay. Michael was an Irish stonemason who helped build the hotel, and it was apparently on the roof when he fell to his death to the already built 2nd floor where room 218 now is. Mischievous fellow, he had long flowing blonde hair and blue eyes, and he was a ladies' man. There's also been reports of him messing with the doors and the lights and the television. Now again, I want to emphasize that Miranda and I are kind of skeptics when it comes to this sort of thing, but we did have a little bit of an incident with the door, the bathroom door. It would not catch in the little latch thing, it just would not. And then Miranda jokingly is like, Michael, may I please close this door? She shut it, and it stayed closed. This was weird, but Miranda and I tried everything we could to kind of debunk this. We tried shutting it different ways. She tried to show me how she thought she might have shut it. We could not get it to shut again like that after we opened it. I also tried asking Michael to keep the door shut for me. I said, Michael, can you please shut this door? And he said, I like Miranda. I like the dark-haired one. Yeah. Michael hated me. But we kind of noticed the way I was asking was implying that, oh, you can't do it, being skeptical. And the way Miranda was asking was referring to him as if he were a real person. May I shut this door? Yes, you may, lady. Yes, you may. That night, we kind of just settled in for some pizza, played some Fatal Frame. And the next day, we kind of took a walk around the gardens and took some pictures of the place. And Miranda was possessed by a purple demon, and then she was fine. It was fine. But then came the doozy. So we settled back in, and I think it was probably about an hour later, and I saw something. And honestly, the footage from back then explains it better than I ever could right now because of the way the room is laid out. So I'm just gonna let you watch that. Here you go.
Second documentation was just mine, unfortunately.
Yeah. I didn't see it.
I'm really sad about this. We were laying on the bed again, and Miranda, I think, was looking at her laptop, is why she didn't see it. I was looking at the TV. Right next to the TV, there's this window. There's Miranda. I was laying on the bed. I watched someone pass from left to right by the window. Right there. But it was about like that.
It was like acting.
Your next blockbuster film is on the way. Okay, I thought it was a cleaning lady because I saw a woman about 10 feet away from the window walk by it. I hadn't seen her walk over there, and I would have because I was staring at the TV the whole time.
What I found really interesting is before Cayleigh even thought it might have been some kind of paranormal thing, she's like, I think I saw a cleaning lady just walk there, and like, we saw this area, this door that's blocked off.
There are cleaning supplies in here.
Yeah, I looked into
and it's
here.
blocked by shelves.
And it's where everyone stores their cleaning lady supplies.
And this is legit blocked by shelves. There's no way someone could squeeze through this.
By Cayleigh's description, because after this happened, I walked by the window about right here to try to compare our statures to see if the woman was tall, to make sure it was a woman. And Cayleigh's like, no, she's back further in that. And then like I realized, or Cayleigh realized more so, that she had walked more like out of this room. And then that's when we looked in and found that that's actually a cleaning room.
See, I thought she might have like gone away by the time I got here, but I got out here, like the second I saw it, I was like up on my feet and I was opening the door and coming out here and looking around, and she would have had to have sprinted for me to not see her.
We're just documenting at least for ourselves.
I'm actually really pissed off. I can't disprove it.
Bam! So there you go. Now my mom and my sister actually asked the tour guide about this and said their maid staff does not wear gray uniforms and never has. And I don't know what to think about that, but yeah. Now that night was possibly the worst night, and it wasn't because of anything paranormal. We were both not sleeping very well that night. We were tossing and turning. And then as I was kind of coming out of sleep, I remember hearing sounds. The sounds of voices. The sounds of people talking right outside of our room. And as I kind of became more and more aware of what was going on, I started to hear what they were asking. They were like, is there a ghost here? There's a ghost here. Why don't you show yourself? Do you have anything to say? And then I hear, is there a ghost here? Boom, 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 right on the door of our room. So loud. And then the sound of footsteps running away. Miranda and I are up like a rocket. We're pissed. I've never been from zero to pissed so quickly in my life. Never, ever, ever. We go out in the hallway, we look, there's no one there except all the way down the hallway. There's a girl standing right in front of where the elevator is, and she's looking at us. And Miranda goes, hey, have you seen anyone in this hallway? And she goes, oh no, I haven't seen anyone. I think we were both so angry we didn't realize that she was probably one of the ones running away. We were honestly too tired and pissed to confront them or investigate, so we just went back to bed. And that was not fun. The next day we just kind of tried to be calm and lift our spirits from the angry night before. Be closer to Jesus. No, seriously, there's a giant Jesus statue here. You can see it from the hotel. And guess what? You gotta pay to see giant Jesus, and I was not about that life that day. I was like, nope, we're on home. And now to our last trip, which was very recent actually. We went back in March for spring break. Miranda and I had our room, and then my parents also had their room with my sister. Now during this trip there wasn't really any activity that happened, but there was something creepy that kind of occurred. Miranda and I were in the lobby trying to look for the cats, and we found them. And we were petting them. And then this little 12-year-old girl kind of came over. She sat down on the couch and watched us pet the cats for a while, and we were like, okay, we're gonna go downstairs and look around the spa. So we leave. We get down into the spa and we start looking around at all the stuff they've got. I look over and I notice the little girl has entered the spa. Okay, that's fine. And she was really close to Miranda. She was just picking up everything that we were putting down, and I was like, okay, I'm peacing out because I ain't about kids. Like, that ain't my thing. So we kind of walk out of the spa. Out of the spa, if you turn right, there's a smaller room that has the elevator in it. But we went in there and we were waiting on the elevator, and I look behind me and little 12-year-old girl is peeking her head around the threshold of the door, just watching her. She doesn't say a word. I was afraid for my life. Yeah, she was a 12-year-old girl, but she was being really freaking creepy, okay? So yeah, nothing crazy happened the last time, but it's not always about that, you know? Eureka Springs is a beautiful place to visit. And like I said, they got 2 cats. You gotta come see Jasper and Casper. You gotta do it. Now for your favorite part of the video, where I tell you to like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram, and Facebook, and all those other things. Well, I'm not gonna say it again. But seriously, if you have a story, comment below. Give me that, because I'm all about like reading other people's experiences, and I don't care how long they are. And at the time of filming this video, we have 7 subscribers. And I just want to thank all 7 of you who thought that this was worth your time enough to hit that button. Alright, internet friends, I hope this video has been slightly entertaining for you, and I hope that it's gotten you a little bit pumped for the next season of American Horror Story, because I'm pumped! See you in the next video! Goodbye!
Like my memory attention span shouldn't be lessening, and my grasp of the English language shouldn't be lessening, because I graduated with a degree in English. And this is really sad.